listen to our show. It's good.
The classic promo intro, yeah.
The audience sitting there. I am. Fuck. What do you want from me?
I am. I'm listening to your show as hard as I can. Listen to both shows at the same time. I'm sure that doesn't suck.
If you put one on and then the other, and then also play Dark Side of the Moon and The Wizard of Oz, they all sync up perfectly.
If you play both the shows at the same time, you can hear communist propaganda.
Yeah,
and like some okay takes.
Spoken to you in a deep satanic rumble.
I mean,
oh, you think my rumble's deep and satanic? Thank you.
You think that talking in the background of our recordings is just like the fact that we're poor and don't have a studio. That's actually, when combined with the other one, a full voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's the devil.
Yeah.
Our sponsor.
Thank you, the devil, for sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah, not like Satan or like Lucifer or Beelzebub, Moloch, none of those. Just the devil.
Today's episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage was brought to you by Damnation. Damnation. It's that thing you do when you die because you didn't do life good.
I'm Catholic. I'm very aware of what that is. Thank you very much.
You're set.
I don't do the ad reads for you. I do them for the listener.
Well, here's the thing. All we're doing is just baptizing them in the Catholic Church. That's all this is.
We're sorry to inform you that if you've listened to the entirety of any episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage, you have been baptized.
Yeah, if you feel a little wet after hearing us talk for an hour or so, that's what that is. You're just feeling a little spongy, a little moist.
You know what we've been missing out on, which I think is funny? Like, we do have this, like, our current president is the second Catholic president we've ever had in the United States. We're really missing out on the whole, like, oh, he's just having the Pope run the country. It's like, though I think, like, today the Pope came out against, like, capitalism.
Yeah, no, I think the Pope is at least
thank you, base Pope.
Rhetorically lefty to the left of the American president.
How is a man in Prada shoes and a castle made off of the gold of dead Indians? Like, how is he to the left?
A dude who runs an international child molestation ring is to the left of the American presidency.
This is
somehow a dude who sits on a throne made of gold and, like, shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
That's where we're at. If anyone is like, oh, no, we haven't been slowly creeping to the right over the entire course of our lives, and you just let them know that, like, no, the Pope. The Pope is saying shit that, like, Obama might say.
Like 2009 Obama.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We just have Obama Pope.
We do. This is Obama Pope. The people who like the Pope are absolutely reacting to him the same way they reacted to Obama. They're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because he's just, like, tepidly okay with gay people existing.
Yeah, he's tepidly okay with the things that liberals are tepidly okay with. Like, and he's a perfect, like, merch bonanza. Like, you can put his face on a mug and then write climate change is real, and you just, like, leave that in your office with a wink.
There you go. Yeah, you just, like, have, like, Libby Catholics, like, virtue signaling to one another. Perfect.
Yeah.
God.
In this house, but also, like, there's something about, like, we practice cannibalism ritualistically, and it's rad as fuck.
Thankfully, there are not that many lib Catholics. They're just the trad Catholic converts, and then the, like, Liberation Bible, like, Sandinistas.
That's pretty based, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, like, people from Boston who just, like, you live in Boston, so you're Catholic.
Yeah.
You don't have to practice or anything.
You're Irish, so you're Catholic.
Yeah, exactly. You hate yourself, so you're Catholic.
You know, it seems like the birth of Jesus and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race.
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode from the Psychic Dolphin Garage. I'm Charlie, she, her.
I'm Bo, he, him.
And I'm Dennis, he, they. And that's it. That's us. This is the full this is the pod. If you check out our Twitter, I made an AI bot make what we look like right now.
It's
I
awesome.
thought it was I mean,
not to sound trite, it's H.R. Geiger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's very good. It's a very spooky, weird, like it looks like you're living in the garage. There's definitely like a two-headed dolphin floating in the center, sending out like psychic grime, and you can just picture behind you is like the fold-out couch that you all smoke on in the garage with your friends
Well,
because you're 20.
Yeah. There's an N64 that has, I don't know, like it's a game cartridge that's stuck in there that, like, if you look directly at it, it changes.
Yeah, no, like it fully is. That's what it is. Like the psychic dolphin garage is like we ourselves are in that garage as psychic, psychic projections. The garage exists in a non-real space, but it's fully, within our minds, and so this is what we look like. That's what a psychic dolphin looks like. Not a real dolphin, a psychic dolphin.
Yeah, and every day you pull the car, you pull the car out of the garage to go to your real job because podcasting isn't a real job, and just every day it just takes you longer to get to work, and sometimes you can't remember why the roads go the way they go, and you go a different way, and it feels right, but you don't get there. But eventually you do get to work, and then you drive home, but it feels longer and longer every day than even the drive in, and you return to the garage to podcast and discover that each night it's new podcast time, but you only record on Sundays. So how could it be every night?
I love House of Leaves.
Yeah.
That's probably the spookiest thing we're gonna say on this entire month. Even spookier than both like weird Dracula.
Oh yeah. Fuck. God, that feels like a million years ago. It has been a month. Jesus. Irish Catholic Dracula. Jesus. I want to suck your blood. That's not a... God, okay. Stoned Irish Catholic Dracula. That's...
Yeah.
I've just created the version of Dracula from Space Funeral. Go play Space Funeral, I think, is the thesis of this.
Better than the point of
sure,
most episodes, so, you know.
Yeah. So what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, let's
dig into the news.
Bo and I are too high to do transitions.
Oh my god!
Clearly
I'm
you
here.
got it down. I'm the one saying
I could talk about me the entire time. I won't stop unless you do bits until I can't.
That'll be a
speak.
Patreon for another day, just like how I teased me going on a date with a
for another
priest.
day, absolutely. Where I'm like stoned in the background, like listening to a YouTube video, having forgotten that I started recording a podcast.
Jesus Christ.
All right. We can talk about some newses.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the docket.
To my chagrin.
Yeah. Do we want to... All right. Little fucking inside baseball right here. Do we want to go right into the Texas one? Because it's the kind of thing that it's hard to... I have a segue ready.
If you have the segue, Bo, go for it.
Well, it's awfully hard to just bring up the Holocaust out of nowhere in conversation.
Okay,
but speaking of...
Wait, what is the Texas one?
That was great. The Holocaust.
The Holocaust?
God. Yeah.
In Texas?
So, yeah.
Am I looking at the right docket?
Didn't do an episode last... Did I put that in the right docket?
No, you did.
But I'm looking at the same docket I look at every week.
Yeah, NBC News, South Lake, Texas
just
Holocaust.
For me. Okay, well, I'm on a lag apparently, so cool. Great.
Apparently.
All right. Tell me about the Holocaust.
So, I'm just gonna read basically straight off the top of this this fucking NBC article because this happened last week and we didn't do an episode and I feel like, obviously the discourse just fucking rockets forward every day, so this kind of got lost in, I think, like, the Chappelle special and shit people were talking about last week.
That was what I thought about, frankly.
Squid Game, I assume. Yeah, you gotta post about something, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But, a top administrator with the Carroll Independent School District in Southlake advised teachers last week that if they have a book about the Holocaust in their classroom, they should also offer students access to a book from, quote, opposing perspective, according to an audio recording obtained by NBC News. So... This is
more oppositional than like Mein Kampf or something. Like reading Hitler's shit might actually be like informative to the stuff in the other book about the Holocaust if you're doing a bit of a deep dive into it, because then you go like, oh shit, this is bad.
Let me clarify for you.
Yeah.
Let me dig into this a little bit.
Do you have to have
provide her own words to maybe shed some light on this?
They want to print out of a Reddit post that says like how many ovens does it take to bake 1,000 cookies?
Yeah, no, they want to print out of a Reddit post complaining that it's a guy complaining that he got banned from the Daily Stormer for being too anti-Semitic. Is I think kind of what the attack is, perhaps. But let's see.
Find out.
Let's see what the original quote is here. Just try to remember the concepts of House Bill 3979, Petty said in the recording, referring to a new Texas law that requires teachers to present multiple perspectives when discussing, quote, widely debated and currently controversial issues. And make sure that if you have a book on the Holocaust, that you have one that has an opposing, that has other perspectives. Another teacher said, how do you oppose the Holocaust? Which is a weird way to word it, but I understand what they're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the administrator said, believe me, that's come up.
I don't believe you.
It's amazing because I thought that quote was originally just going to be like it's like, oh, well, how are you going to find someone who opposes the Holocaust?
Using the Holocaust as an
this
example,
this person seems like someone who's just like, no, you need to tell people that it's a currently controversial issue.
Well, I mean, it's Michael Scott shit, right? This whole thing is like, call me a normie if you will, but goddamn, it's the kind of dumb that just happens to upper management following the letter of the law exactly as written. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And just as a result of that, like, you know, you get shit like this. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in Texas, both like at the like state and local levels of just, hey, we're going to legislate critical race theory out of existence because as conservatives, we've convinced ourselves that elementary schools are just like they're handing out condoms, you know?
Yeah.
And having Black Panthers come in and like do like the readings, which, you know, honestly, pretty based. But that's not what's happening because this is Texas. You fucking psychos. You people have won already. What more do you want?
I think this is a form of like conservative accelerationism, where they're going to make sure that like they know that Black Panthers aren't coming into your elementary school and teaching kids about like the revolution, but because they have now presented this law. If you do what you actually do in elementary school, which is like, I don't know, like market day with your kids where you all like set up a shop and learn the principles of exchange together and see how businesses work. You also have to teach the kids about Marx and how to do a communist revolution to overthrow the kid who won Market Day yesterday. Marxist Day, that's right. Teaching them how to guillotine whoever won previous day's Market Day. And so, actually, this law opens the door for all the things they don't want, and then it'll actually be happening, and then they'll be able to say, see, it was happening, and then they'll be able to shoot everyone.
That's genius.
You did it, Charlie. You figured it out.
Yeah.
You got their goat.
You shouldn't give these people too much credit, but I don't think this is giving them too much credit. Their entire thing is, actually, as I said on the fucking Patreon, like, well, they do a big symbolic thing, that actually only exists in the fantasy world, and then it's followed up by a real thing that happens, and then that real thing proves the thing that they thought in their fantasy world, and then they make up another fantasy. So I don't know what the next fantasy is going to be after like we teach kids about Marx, but I'm sure they'll come up with one. It seems like they've really hit the ceiling on like what conspiracies they can escalate to. They've already got like intergalactic pedophile cabal. Like, I don't know where you go from there.
Yeah, intergalactic pedophile cabals that you can stop by heading to your local school district meetings and yelling at people.
Yeah.
Like, that is the level they're at right now. And, I mean, what's next? Outright murder? Who's to say?
I mean, they used to do that with abortion doctors, so...
Yeah, and I'm sure they probably are not far from doing it once again.
To teachers who are following curriculum that is about CRT.
Or like not even like just teachers who are like the entire day of class is just you know go back and forth from doing the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge. Y'all know about that, right? That they make us say an additional Pledge of Allegiance in Texas schools. To Texas.
I'm learning so much today.
We're dirty little double agents down here. Yeah.
Oh,
it's really
God.
stupid. I don't remember what the fuck it is. But it fucking sucks. And we had to do it every goddamn morning until like my junior, senior year of high school or something like that.
Where you were just like,
where it's
not
just like,
doing
you guys
this.
are old enough to know this is stupid, right? All right.
I'm on the Texas State Library .texas.gov site. I got the Pledge of Allegiance is honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, under one state under God, one and indivisible. This is great. This is some absolutely Dr. Bronner shit. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas.
Nobody ever divised Texas.
One state under God, one and indivisible. All one,
I
Texas.
would just get confused because of all the
ones.
ones.
Really perfect, yeah.
That sounds awful. Like
Jesus.
They only forced us to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school, like, for like 1 year during high school when like the school board suddenly mandated it in a frenzy of like, what even year was that? I guess it would have been like 2004. It was probably post like Iraq invasion.
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I went
That
to like
was like the full swing of just crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, my hippy dippy like teachers did not like let us or did not like demand that we do it. So
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Same with mine too. Like, they're just like, we didn't really have any hippy dippy teachers at my school, but we did have teachers who were like enough of like liberal, like norms respecters that they're like, well, the Supreme Court did say that it is not acceptable to force you to do it. So we can't force you. And the school board has said they can't force you.
So they also got a quote from the guy who wrote the state bill.
Oh, yeah.
State Senator Brian Hughes from East Texas. So fucking, he denied that the law requires teachers to provide opposing views on what he called matters of good and evil. Which, first of all, that is that is a fucking movie poster ass way to refer to history.
Right?
Yeah, or to get rid of books that offer only one perspective on the Holocaust. Quote, that's not what the bill says. I'm glad we can have this discussion to help elucidate what the bill says, because that's not what the bill says.
I will also point out
Dude.
that what Brian Hughes has just explained here is also not what the bill says. And I really like this laying it out on its face.
Yeah, you can just pass a bill and then, like, fucking put it out there and then have every fucking, again, Michael Scott character at every school district in Texas, because there's a million fucking administrators like this in Texas. And just have them do the law for you, I guess.
Yeah. The only reason people think that, like, that's, like, that, like, legislators aren't just sort of elected to, like, write it down and make it up as they go is because none of us have been alive during a time when the federal legislature did that in any meaningful way. Mm-hmm. No, it's just important to occasionally think of the national legislature and think, they could just be, like, clarifying, interpreting, and making shit up about any laws on the books, writing it down and saying that's what we meant, so that when it goes to court, the judge has to actually look at and or possibly overturn previous cases and precedents that says, ooh, no, we said that's what they meant, but they've clarified that now that's what they meant, so that one's out the door. Like, they could just
Thank
be
God
doing that.
Clarified.
Yeah, they could just be doing that constantly, and they don't even do that. Like, they're not even willing to just, like, fuck around and just, like, make new shit up about old laws. Like, that's the level of inaction they're at. Is they're not even willing to, like, riff on old laws.
I mean, because obviously, you know, law in the United States of America, as it has always been since this country came about, is a tool designed to protect the rich and powerful and nothing else. You know, if you're clever, you might be able to use that to judo flip them into, like, I don't know, cutting you a check or something. But, like, it's especially funny when it's, like, you're taking that same slimy, like, oh, the law is what I say it is, and then using it for this. for kids' books not being anti-Semitic enough, or, you know, because you're afraid of a CRT fucking boogeyman. It's awesome.
Right? Just, oh god, just breaking down all of history into good and evil. So it's like, well, basically anything that I can construe politics to be within is probably evil if it's not United States. So, like, oh, you want to teach kids about communism? Sorry, that's evil. Don't you know how many people died?
It says so here to the Victims of Communism Foundation. Actually, that would fit in really well with the like opposing ideas of the Holocaust.
Yeah,
it absolutely would.
Oh, sorry, I have to find an opposing view about the Holocaust, so I'm going to teach you about the Soviet Union who kicked their ass.
I like that. Actually, there's an easy way, again, to just judo flip this into something positive.
Right, and then, like, if any Texas teachers are listening, you go out there and start teaching kids all sorts of wacky judo flip shit in order to just get this law tied up in court, like, next month.
There you go. That's the spirit.
That is. Oh, what do you call it when you do like internal sabotage to slow stuff down as your method of protest? Fuck, there's a word for that.
Oh yeah, fuck. Just like a slowdown.
Oh,
yeah,
I forget what that is too.
There's like a specific word though. Yeah, that is evading me at the moment.
Is it a French word?
Sabotage.
French word? I
don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a French word? Because like a lot of our war stuff comes from like, and espionage comes from French.
I don't know. All the listeners
espionage.
are screaming at us the word and just being like, "How do you not know this?" And the answer is,
everybody.
We do. That's how we know we don't know.
We're dumb.
When you hear us not know something, it means it's in there somewhere. If you hear me define a word and then go, "What is that?" I definitely know it somewhere.
That's what knowing a word is. I mean, you're not wrong.
Knowledge is not about having it easily available to recall at all times. It's about having put it in you at one point and getting the basic idea.
Yeah.
Well, from Texas inviting the Black Panthers over to just teach kids about critical race theory to something actually happening regarding the Black Panthers. In Oakland, Black Panther Party co-founder Huey P. Newton is being honored with a bronze statue.
That's super cool.
That's awesome.
I always liked that fellow, Huey Newton, and the news.
Oh my god.
This is coming from my local affiliate of ABC
Hot
7
damn.
from Julian Glover. Thanks, Julian. The revolutionary founder of the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton, will be honored with a bronze statue bust unveiled today to commemorate the party's 55th anniversary.
That's cool as shit.
Happy golden plus 5-year anniversary. The statue will be installed at the intersection where the late leader took his last breath, and will be the first permanent art display to honor the Black Panther Party in Oakland. Quote, "I've created him to bring him home to West Oakland," said sculptor Dana King in her studio blocks away from where the monument will be installed. Yeah, I have nothing to say about this other than this is pretty cool. Like, this is actually really, really cool.
This is one of those symbolic acts that means something because it's actually like a commemoration of a real fucking thing that was important and good and materially positive that happened.
Right. I mean, the
cool.
Black Panther Party in Oakland and across the United States helped local communities, obviously focusing on their Black communities, but, you know, their communities actually were very diverse. By opening hospitals, opening up, breakfast programs for school children, of course, teaching everyone Mao. It's really
back
great.
when like conservatives actually had something to be afraid of.
Yeah. Can I read the most black-pilled sentence in this entire article? And contextually, not the
Go
good
for it.
kind of black-pilled?
Yeah, not black-pilled in like a liberatory way, like black-pilled in,
Yeah. Just the article interjects in the middle. Just to help you out, before the Black Panther was a comic book making Marvel hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office, the Black Panther Party was founded in Oakland in 1966 as a grassroots community movement in response to police brutality.
God, that's so fucking Reddit.
I hate that sentence so much. That's just so.
Yeah, that really blows.
That's my sentence for the moment we live in right now. That's my society sentence for the day.
Yeah, we sure do live in it. Yeah.
Well, I actually did a back in the day when I was showing my face a little bit more. I did a video about the like a very brief history of the Black Panther Party and how they really only lasted until the late 70s. But the Black Panther Party's had a lasting legacy here in California, especially up in NorCal, which is really great. One of the few good things about Northern California, to be honest. And I just think this is awesome, and I think there should be more statues across the U.S. of people like Huey P. Newton. I think that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, it sure fucking would.
Yeah, and then I think we all should read a little Mao.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure fucking should.
As long as there are landlords breathing, we should be reading lots and lots of Mao.
Maybe we should. I keep meaning to read it. Maybe we should just like record reading it so everyone can fucking read Mao with us.
There you go.
Yeah,
I really do need an excuse to read it because everything I see is so good, so fucking good.
Yeah.
How about that? Patrons, let us know. Shout out in the Discord.
No, screw you. We're not putting Mao behind a paywall.
I'm just kidding.
What if we just charge people monthly every month?
No, I'm just I'm telling
keep a
patrons
roof
that
over
they can
their
vote
head.
on this.
I think it's a good idea, and I stand by.
Cool. We can do a smart episode.
You know, the Chinese Communist Party would also kind of agree a little bit.
Well, let's get them on the phone. Maybe
gonna-
we get them on the podcast.
Yeah, President
Let's get our
Xi,
handlers on
come
here,
on
yeah.
down.
No, I don't want Xi. I want the Chinese Communist Party. I want the whole thing.
Well, all
That's gonna
all
be a hell of a
7,
Zoom
like,
call.
Yeah, isn't aren't there like officially like 7 like or like 7
billion
million people
yeah.
in the no
It's everyone on the
million.
planet. They just don't know it yet.
No, I think officially there's like supposed to be like 7 million party members or something. Like it's like supposed to be or like some ridiculous like 27 some ridiculously large number.
That's awesome.
Who are like in like leadership or something like that.
I
don't
mean,
remember.
that seems like a point in their favor.
Well, yeah, but like Bo said, that's quite the Zoom call.
Numbers game, baby.
I don't know how
You know?
much I can trust the website Statista, but it says that the number of people in the Chinese Communist Party as of this year is 95.15 million.
Hey, that's a lot of people.
It is. A lot of folks.
We're
And
gonna-
we're
gonna
going to do an interview with each and every one of them for our new Patreon series.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna take us
Talking
1,000 years.
CCP. I will take as much time as it takes to wade through the immortal science. And then something about it being thousands of years.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go.
Look-
Perfect. That'll get edited
Yeah.
out.
Oh, you gonna censor me now, Dennis?
Big tech at it again. I got banned from Facebook for 3 days because I was posting cartoon porn at a libertarian. Cropped, I should say. At a
Are you
libertarian.
posting the M&Ms again?
It wasn't the M&Ms, all right. It was Alita Battle Angel because this fucking psycho has Alita Battle Angel as their profile picture and uses GIFs of the character and the movie exclusively. You know that huge movie that everybody saw and loved and remembers, Alita Battle Angel.
Didn't I?
Right?
I feel
anyway.
I did see the movie.
I feel like I remember liking that movie a lot. It's
No.
so bad. Like, isn't that the one?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was really bad.
Isn't that the one where it's like a blonde girl and brunette girls do like sword fights and
you're
shit?
thinking of
No.
What am I
Sucker
thinking of?
Punch?
Oh, I think I
that
might be.
one,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
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 Alita Battle Angel.
Anyway, I
no.
posted some cropped Rule 34. Cropped, tastefully cropped, I should say. And somehow the algorithm still got me. So this is an official message to Governor Greg Abbott of the state of Texas. Please fight for my rights as an American against big tech, as a Texan against big tech and big tech censorship. I forget how I got on this tangent now.
Oh,
we
man.
spent too much
It
time
doesn't
talking
matter.
about the movie.
Well, it's because I was
Does
it's because I
I
was screaming about being shadow banned on the podcast. And you just keep telling me I hit the mute button.
Right.
No, it's you.
No. Do you? This is. We're only gonna entertain this for 1 second.
Okay.
But there are definitely some Austinites who call themselves Texans, but TECH.
Oh
Ew,
no.
that's absolutely a kind of guy.
That's going to go up now with all the California going there.
Yep. Well,
Maybe they'll just rename the state that.
Yep. Texas.
Ew.
Well, they're moving out of San Francisco specifically. You know why? Because the one In-N-Out in San Francisco has been shut down.
Oh wow. You only had one.
Uh-huh.
You only had one?
They did, and it's on Fisherman's Wharf, and it's
Oh, it's a fancy people one.
no, Fisherman's Wharf is fully a fucking it's a tourist trap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ask anyone who's been to San Francisco, it's a tourist trap. But no, Fisherman's Wharf is, I'm pretty sure it's there. Either way, it's near there. I've been there. It's incredibly busy and it's not worth it. Just in general. But the city and or county of San Francisco has shut down their only In-N-Out because In-N-Out refuses to have their workers enforce the city's vaccine card checkpoints. The CEO has stood up for their workers and
Workers'
said,
rights.
we are not the vaccine police. We will not be doing this. Also, please ignore the fact that I'm a huge fucking Republican and have donated to Donald Trump.
the fact that we got Bible verses on our cups for some reason. Speaking
Yeah,
of
right.
fucking Dr.
Don't-
Bronner's.
It's some of those important.
Don't look into this.
It's some of those important right to suffocate laws. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. I just don't want should workers who are at probably one of the busiest in and outs in a place that is full of just like hoggish tourists,
Right.
should they be checking vaccine cards? No, I don't think so. Is this
They shouldn't
is the
have to be
CEO
doing
actually
that.
Yeah, is the CEO actually standing up for their workers' rights? Absolutely not. God, no, they're not. So please don't confuse these two things.
Workers' rights is when I do things that's going to get your job lost, but I protect you from like that one guy who super spread COVID the entire way across the country.
Yeah, he's flying on an airline that opened up because of COVID.
Yeah.
Where that is the gimmick.
Yeah, you don't have
That's
to.
like grossly plausible.
Yeah, we're gonna have a like conspiracy theory based airline one of
can't
these
wait.
days where you can't be vaxxed to ride it. You're not allowed.
They ask to see your Vax card, and if you pull it out, they're like, "Oh, gotcha."
Gotcha. Well, from this article from the SF Chronicle, Janelle Bitcler?
Janelle Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yes.
Yeah, Janelle Bitcoin. She writes, unlike more formal sit-down restaurants, counter service spots don't typically have host stands at the entrance that require diners to check in and provide a location for an employee to ask for a vaccine card. There are often multiple entrances and exits, so it's easy for people to slip in unnoticed. They also tend to serve a far higher volume of customers, making it more difficult to track who and who isn't shown their proof of vaccination, according to multiple local restaurant operators. Quote, "That's not an excuse not to do it, but it does provide a harder time enforcing it," says Clay Walker, president of the popular burger chain Gott's Roadside, which is in direct competition with In-N-Out, by the way.
Oh, good.
So they went out of their way to find someone who's like, yeah, it is tough, but we're still gonna do it. Which, I mean, if the city or the county, which San Francisco is both, like, are requiring car checks, then just hire someone for that.
Right.
Like, or
But that
just
require hiring somebody
yeah, or just be like,
to do
you know what?
work.
Don't like, you know what? We have enough cashiers. Just go sit out there. Like, this is the check people's temperatures as they come in. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a silly thing to be like, well, we refuse.
Well, I mean, yeah, other than for, like, the very obvious, like, oh, I'm gonna own the libs by making my employees get COVID, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna find out that this Clay Walker probably donated to the Kamala Harris,
Right.
like re-election here in California. Like, that's
Yeah.
all.
Well, see, this is the thing about the labor situation is you say, oh, why don't they just have one of the extra workers or whatever do this thing or like hire someone? But like, you know, you don't get it. Like, I worked fast food up until the day internet ordering became a thing for most places. And like, I had like a couple of months, like I had like 4 months of that. And then we were gone within, 4-6 months. And like, they've already used up whatever extra labor they could have had any of us doing on just like handling online orders. Cause like they just walk in one day to your fucking Subway, they set down like a little device that now just your receipt printer just spits out orders at you randomly at any moment. Like, so you're just always on edge. Like you're being traumatized by a receipt printer. And it's just,
I don't know when's the last time you've been to an In-N-Out, Charlie. They would absolutely not have online ordering, and they do not. Like, they refuse to. It has to be as, like, 1950s as possible. Like, if they could get away with, like, not allowing Mexicans to sit at the counter, they probably would. Because it is so fucking 1950s ass there.
I have never been to an In-N-Out. I have no idea what they do there.
Yeah, no. No, it is 100% like you are in a time warp. Like you're not allowed to have tattoos. You're not allowed to have facial hair. If you're a woman, your hair has to be up in a very tight bun and like hidden. It is 100% supposed to be this throwback to the 1950s.
Oh wow, that's
So they
all of the sandwich artists on roller skates.
and they don't do online ordering, and I doubt that they ever will. They don't kind of need to because it's always just going to be crowded there
You
anyway.
can't get them on Grubhub or DoorDash or anything?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Good.
Damn.
I guess they've done one good thing.
Well, I mean, that's kind of good, but at the same time, it's like, I think it's because, like, you know, having a vaccine card is too newfangled. They probably wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, they won't even check your driver's license to get alcohol there. They just give it to you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It looks old enough.
Yeah.
Just refer to everyone as him.
Yeah.
Just regardless.
Yeah, because that's
Allow you to have
pronoun.
a smoking section. Yeah, no, the pronouns at In-N-Out are he, him, and Dame Doll.
Is this some sort of fucking California burger joke I'm not getting?
No.
No, dames. Like calling someone a dame or a doll.
Oh!
Like a woman. Oh my god.
Like a broad, I see.
Yeah. Listen,
doll,
all the things a
broad.
1950s shithead could call me, I'm totally down with dame or doll. Those are great.
Yeah.
The old ball and chain.
Only on weekends.
Hey, there you go.
So what I'm taking from this article is that, because you just mentioned like smoking section and all these other things and laws that have changed since the 1950s, it's just COVID vaccine cards was the one where they drew the line. They were like, well, we have to grandfather in all of this non-1950s shit, but you can't change it. Like, once we make the restaurant, it's not allowed to be different.
Basically.
First,
well,
they came for the smoking section, and I did not speak up because I'm cool with like it drifting all over and like stinking up the entire restaurant.
First, they took away the smoking section, and I did not speak because my lungs were filled with cool menthol flavor.
Well, the thing is, like, it really is because like the CEO or like the heiress, I don't know if she is the CEO or not, but
The
like
In-N-Out
she's like
burger fortune.
like she's a huge Republican. Like,
Yet
that's
another
why.
girl
It's-
boss they hate to see winning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
is,
I'm hearing.
girl boss is a protected class.
Right. I mean, she lives in Bradbury, which, if you don't know, is like the most expensive zip code in the country.
Oh, wow.
Like literally everyone who lives there is a multimillionaire or potentially billionaire. Like the people who
Jesus
live there are like these like mega church
Oh,
people.
no.
And this is like
Oh yeah, you know
it
they
is-
gotta be
people.
freaks. Yeah.
I've only driven up there. You could only go in so far before security literally will check you. To a city. This is a city. Like, you can't get into the city because the city is just a neighborhood.
Oh, God, it's like-
there's no stores or
damn.
anything.
It's the city of London that's situated inside the city of London, where like the Queen can't even
Yeah.
go. And just like,
The fuck is this?
oh, inside.
There's
inside.
There's a secret London inside of London.
Yeah. So
Yo, dog.
the city of London, like that, like we understand as the big sprawling metropolis, is like London, and then there's the city of London, which is basically like. It's this area in the middle of London where, like, the historic London walls used to be at one point, which, due to some weird treaty shit that happened, they basically said, like, well, we're going to incorporate this whole city around you and do all of this stuff in some sort of, like, kings having treaties with kings. And they're like, well, you can maintain your autonomy within the original walls. And so, like, the laws are different there. It's kind of like Hong Kong or something. Like, it's where all of the finance capital is concentrated, and like almost nobody lives there because it's all just finance capital and shit. And like, technically, I think the Queen has to announce beforehand before she's allowed to go in there, because the royal family has to make their presence known before impeding upon the rights of who at this point is just finance shitheads. Like,
Yeah, there is a London mayor and a mayor of London. They are two different things.
yes.
What the fuck?
And I forget which one is which.
The mayor of the city of London is great because they have like this big ceremony where they like are all dressed up in robes and silly hats, and they like take the key from the city or some shit and like pass it to the new mayor with this big pageantry, and then they do it. And all these people are like, it's pointless to have one because it's like there's no one who lives there. It's just like corporations and shit. But from these people, they still pick someone to be sort of the mayor of money.
and it turns out the mayor of London probably also lives in Bradbury in Southern California.
Like real,
I
like
wouldn't-
for real.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a believable summer house or winter house.
Yeah. I mean, it's really lovely. It's right in the Los Angeles National Forest. It's beautiful. When it's not on fire.
Of course.
When it's on fire, it's majestic, but in a very, very different way.
In like a nihilistic kind of,
Yeah, no, it's awe-inspiring in a very different way. Like, we are
Like in a
all
biblical
actually
way.
gonna
Yeah, I
die.
gotcha.
Yeah, biblical. By the way, our forests are supposed to go on fire, just not at this frequency. Like,
Yeah.
but that's a different story. Anyway, other things happening in California, because this is a Texas podcast.
About California. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, there's more Californians on this podcast than there are Texans at this point.
Yeah.
That's true.
I can't fault that logic.
Yep. This is actually a cool story. This comes from Cal Matters, written by Mikhail Zinshestein.
Let's see.
Zinshestein.
I'm pulling it up. I'm gonna do a supercut of you not pronouncing these names right.
Yeah, Zinshestein. Zinshestein.
Zinstetten.
Zinstead.
Zinstein.
I need to get my eyes checked. Bo, do you
It
want
could
to
be
try?
either of these. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
You know, all right. This one.
Oh
was-
my goodness. Jinstan.
Okay, all right. Jinstan. All right. Well,
I
thanks.
think Zinstein.
I
is
assume I'm
probably
fucking this up too.
We'll just
But-
whatever.
Anyway,
Move
thanks,
on.
Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Mikey.
Pressure mounts on UC system to reach agreement with lecturer workforce as strike and class cancellations loom.
Striketober, baby. It's not over yet.
This comes from Cal Matters, and the UC workforce has a churn problem, as about a quarter of the system's 6,000 lecturers don't return annually.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak.
The lecturer union and UC have made some progress in their multi-year impasse over a new contract, but many issues remain unsolved as the threat of strike looms.
Yeah.
So there's been a couple of issues with higher education. We have 3 higher education systems here. It's stupid. We should only really have 2, our junior colleges and then our universities, but we decided to have 3.
What is the third one?
So it's the UCs, the University of California's, the Cal States, which are the California State universities, and then our junior colleges. The big difference between a Cal State and a UC is that you can't get a doctorate at Cal State. That is literally in the bylaws. Like, in order for the UCs and the Cal States to not go to war with one another, the Cal States cannot offer doctorate programs unless it's something extremely specific.
Just mafia guy going in and just being like, it'd be a shame if some doctors, I think we can work out an arrangement, or I might just come in here and credential your face.
You're definitely gonna need some doctors
Basically.
if you don't wise up. See, I don't know what that accent was.
They've loosened up on the bylaws recently, and you can get something highly specific, like some sort of weird scientist, or
We love a weird scientist.
a business doctorate.
Just you said you can become a mad scientist or a business doctor. Like, what the fuck are those?
Yeah, the California School of Mad Science. That's why all the forests are on fire. All these fucking amateurs building death rays. That'll make a school for these chuckle fucks.
So, with the threat of multiple strikes this fall that could cancel instruction for a third of undergraduate students, the University of California has inched closer to meeting some demands of its more than 6,000 lecturers. It's a move that coincides with increased pressure from state lawmakers to resolve the labor dispute that has been going on for more than 2 years. The lecturers say the UC's latest offer from last Monday, which promises increased job security, is a step in the right direction, but they are not yet pleased because it falls way short of the salary bumps they seek and includes other loopholes they find troubling. Chief among them, the new job stability provisions would kick in next summer, creating the possibility for mass dismissals of current lecturers, the union representing lecturers says. So this is great. They're all just going to walk out.
Cool.
Potentially. I haven't heard anything. There's this is literally going to happen like the day after tomorrow when we find out if they're all just going to walk out, because this was written like on Friday or something. So yeah, we'll find out if they're just going to be like, bounce. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is great because California is a weird place where we're like, we're really progressive, really liberal, we believe that education should be, something great, and so that's why we have CRT, and we're going to be teaching, ethnic studies in high schools. Also, literally every educator is fucked here because we don't give them enough money, even when they're doctors.
The old socially yeah. Socially
Socially
conservative, fiscally that guy.
Other way around. Yeah,
socially conservative, fiscal liberal is that he wants a better world, material conditions for everybody, but also he thinks they're all degenerates and freeloaders.
Wasn't that Stalin? That was Stalin, right?
Probably. Sure.
Anyway, that's gonna get me canceled.
Yeah, right?
Yep. Someone's gonna hear that and be like, oh, a revisionist. Oh, what is he, some sort of Trotskyist?
Don't worry. I'm here for balance.
No, I'm not
provide an opposing viewpoint by upholding Juche thought, and that's what we're going to do.
There you go.
Actually,
wonderful.
We should definitely, if we're going to read Mao, we should absolutely read the Kims for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm down. I don't see why not.
I think that would be
we're already
awesome.
going to get on a watch list anyway.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
let's just lean into it by reading the Kims.
I don't see why not. Listen,
let's
that's
go
just
for
the
it.
marketplace of ideas. I do kind of want to read. Yeah, was it Kim Jong-il who wrote the book on how to make a good movie?
Yeah, it was Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, I want to read that.
That's awesome.
I want to read about how to do a proper spectacle and how to properly uplift the people through the power of cinema.
I would love to read that too. And also, we should watch Pulgasari. the Korean folk story that was adapted to be anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist.
Cool. I would watch that, yeah.
That rules also.
Okay. Well, we're just going to go through the entire history of North Korean cinema and literature as our next bonus.
Yeah, I think
There
so.
you go.
But anyway,
So California.
yep. So these strikes are very likely to happen because the lecturers, who are different than faculty, the lecturers are not like proper professors. They are lecturers. I don't know how this works, and I never understood why. I didn't go to UC. I went to a Cal State, but we still had lecturers, not in any of my classes because I went to school online. But I still just don't really understand what, like if you're the professor. Well, here's the thing: is the professors are usually off doing some research to get their doctorates or like their 8th doctorate or whatever. So they have like lecturers come in, or there's their aides, or people who are getting their graduate degrees teach the class. So they can exploit these like non-union or like underpaid teachers, basically, which is just what California does on all levels.
Yeah, you're talking about turning tenured professorship into an independent contractor. That's what they've done here.
Yep. I mean, that's the same thing. Like, California loves to have privatized education at all levels. I'm experiencing it now, trying to become a substitute teacher and a teacher. Clearly, if I ever go to try and get a master's, that's what I'm going to run into. Like, it's just, it's the Kamala Harris way of, solving the education problem in California. Just instead of making college cheaper or free, just get rid of teachers.
There you
go. Don't have college.
Yeah, like 6,000 across all of their campuses is still an extraordinary number, and the union is just saying, oh well, they're just doing it because they want to pay a newbie less money. So every like couple of years, they just don't renew your contract and then hire someone who can be paid less.
Yeah,
and that's what the union is saying. Now
the beauty of two-tiered employment. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the school is saying, oh, that's not how that works at all. We have good dialogues with the union. That's just what we are. We're like the school's thing is basically saying, no, we're a family, and the union's like, you keep firing us to pay new family members less.
Well, it's just what I do with my children when I give birth to them. The youngest child always only gets they get $1 less than what the older children did, and I just kill the older children.
Jesus.
It's a great way to save money.
Yeah.
I assign each of my children a certain amount of love based on exchange value with silver, which I then put on the blockchain. It's called Love Coin, and you can redeem your Love Coin at any moment for love from me. But it's a volatile market, and you got to get in early, and those later kids just ain't gonna make it the same way.
Yeah, we understand that, humans do need 8 to 12 hugs, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, we just don't have enough hugs to give to our younger children. So instead, we're pricing out the older children by giving them sort of less hugs and not allowing them to unionize for more hugs.
God, that's bleak.
One love coin equals approximately 10 hugs, but this changes up or down by up to 20 hugs in either direction.
Oh my God.
Based on
Dice roll.
the average arm length of everyone I meet that day.
What is a negative hug? Is a negative hug sort of just glaring at your child with discontent?
A negative hug is your kid walks into the room and you look at them and you just spit on the floor.
A negative hug is when you make a hug motion and your kid runs up to hug you, and then right before they get there, you just sort of like go limp like a cold fish. It's the thing we did the other week, but I'm not hugging.
Oh, too slow.
Yeah.
Down low, too slow. But for a hug.
But for like loving your kid.
Ain't enough love coin to pay for that therapy.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Poor traumatized children.
Look, it's on the blockchain. They got to show proof of work if I'm going to be able to distribute anything.
Well, you know what's not on the blockchain? This podcast. And if you made it this
bad
far,
news for you.
You put this podcast on the blockchain.
I made it an NFT.
Charlie.
Of which you, dear listener, are the sole owner.
Yep.
Figure it out yourself. I'll send you a link. I don't know.
It's part of my new 10,000 item collection that I call Bonkers Brooklynites, where it's just...
Oh, no.
No, it's the art is incredible. You'll be wowed by the art as you get to see all your favorite podcasters, like, with their tongue hanging out, like they just saw, like, a hot skunk on a cartoon.
Like a hot lady.
Yeah, the skunk.
We all love a hot
hot
cartoon skunk.
like a hot cat.
That's
yeah,
where you've won me over.
tongue rolling out of the mouth.
They are a skunk.
God.
They see a cat that they think is a hot skunk. I get you.
Yeah. The type of microphone they're speaking into is one of the nifty items. There's so many things. The shirt they wear. There's 10 different kinds of
Well,
like a
patrons,
12-year-old shirt they could be wearing.
you have early access to this NFT, I suppose, especially Jorge, the Warlock Phosphorus, Aaron, Alex, Broobs, Caleb, Dylan, Eli, Jack, Lizzie, Malwin, Olive, Richard, Rufus, Samantha, Scott, Sophia, Tim, the brilliant Dr. Fly, Tyler, and the Reverend Lawn Gnome. Thank you all for keeping this show plugging along. Thank you all for, allowing us to be high on THC and not making any goddamn sense this episode.
Thank you, Dennis, for pivoting away from talking about fucking NFTs.
I was waiting for the right time to thread that needle. I was like, I can get in right now.
I love it. You're not even listening to me anymore. You're just like, how can I get out of this bit? Oh yeah.
Just tune her
Well,
out.
no, Charlie, I am listening to you. I'm like, I cannot let her ramble on.
I hear you.
Stoned
I see you.
about.
Shut the fuck up. I hear
Like,
you. I see you. I'm not liking any of it.
I'm so glad I had second thoughts about taking a weed gummy today because this
episode
would be
useless.
like 7 hours.
Are we
long.
notably more aggressive and difficult? Because I feel like I'm having that pain in my chest where I'm like, oh no, if you don't edit it good,
we're fine.
everyone will know I'm a schmuck.
No, Charlie. Here's the thing. I will. You will hear the. This is getting all edited out. You will edit the main and see how how it was. It's not bad. It's just like unwieldy.
I'll just rearrange it.
Here's the thing. All
right, I'll edit the main.
Yeah, our listeners love us regardless.
Okay,
yeah,
that's true.
So, plug-in time. So guess what? We have a Patreon. You can pay as little or as much as you'd like. $5 is about the average. And you can listen to all of our bonus content, like all of our bonus episodes where the three of us kind of just talk about what's going on and how we're feeling that day.
There's a lot of very stupid stuff.
If you wondered what a standard episode is like without structure, you can just dive in.
Or if you want to taste of that, listen to last week's release, because we didn't release a main episode. We released we unlocked a Patreon where we actually had a really heartfelt conversation about sex and love and queerness from a communist perspective and trying to figure out things because no one else is really talking about them.
Yeah, because a lot of people online, I don't know if y'all know this, a lot of people online, they don't have sex. They don't touch a boobie.
No.
They don't touch grass also, but they also don't touch ass.
I'm touching boobie right now.
God damn. See? You can't get that on any other podcast.
Yeah, you can't get that on any other podcast.
A boobie? Oh! I just fall out of my chair.
You'll also get to listen to our D&D podcast early, at least a month early. This month we have a very touching episode, a very special episode that I'm having a hard time editing because it's sad. But it's also very
good.
And you'd also get to listen to Sonic High School. Some of it, part of it.
Yeah.
It's, one day. When we release Sonic High School, the next episode of Sonic High School, that's when the show ends. Like, that's just it.
Okay.
Look, I'm putting in my application to Valve any day now, because I don't know how to count to 3. I think I've already made that joke in the past, actually, too, which is how long I've been putting off editing this fucking fanfic reading.
Well,
wait, is it just editing left?
Oh yeah, it's literally just like I have to listen to what songs I already used in the older episodes as little interstitials. Fucking add in those.
This is all gonna get edited out too.
And then hit post.
I'm editing it. You don't know what's getting cut out.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
The other things you could check out are our Signal sticker packs. We have 2 of them. We have one that's Psychic Dolphin Garage related and one that's Dolphins and Garages related. Go check those out. Check out our Redbubble. We also have merch there that's very horny and very sexy, and I would love to see someone walk down the street with a Powered by Cum t-shirt with Bo's face on it one day.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's it for us. I think so. I hope you all have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.